Hi everyone, welcome to Rachel Pichler Yoga. My name is Rachel. Today we are doing a nice hip opening yoga practice. So find just a little bit of space to move. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and let's get started. So let's begin today seated and in butterfly. So you can bring the soles of your feet together and your knees out wide. And you can kind of decide how big your diamond shape is going to be, how big your butterfly is going to be by how close your heels are towards your hips. And then if you'd like to move just a little bit, we're just going to kind of rock side to side. Just kind of let your body sway. You can just kind of tip back and forth, and you might also start to kind of tip forwards. And if it doesn't feel good to sway your body back and forth, you don't have to. You can be nice and still. But just notice how your hips are feeling so far today. Butterfly is always a nice starting place for our lovely hips. Nice, you guys. And if you're folding forwards, just start to use an inhale to lift your upper body back up. Your hands can come to your knees, gently bringing them back together. Maybe a little rock side to side. And then we're just going to cross our ankles and come forward onto our hands and knees. So I want you to bring your right foot forwards. And you can keep your hands on the mat, or you can have your chest lifted for this, but we're doing a lunge for that left hip. And we're gonna move a little bit, unless of course you would like to just stay still in the lunge. Hands down, chest low, hands on the knee, chest lifted, whatever works best for you. Have your back knee down, have the top of your back foot rested on the ground. And then you can just kind of push into your front foot to send the hips back a little bit, maybe so they're over top of that back knee-ish, and then just bring them forwards again. And just go forwards until you feel that hip flexor. And then you can push it back and come back forwards. And again, just kind of moving at your own pace if you're moving, but just know that you can just stay still too. You can stay forwards. Just getting that nice hip flexor stretch. So good. Awesome, you guys. So next time you come forward, just take a breath here. Really sink into it. And your hands can start to come back to the ground if they weren't there already, and maybe that actually deepens the hip flexor stretch. We're just going to start to move the front foot. So let's bring it to the right side. Heel toe it over to the right edge of your mat. I like to turn my toes out to the corner a little bit. Then you can bring your hands to the ground. We're still encouraging the hips towards the floor, so you might continue to get that hip flexor, or you might start to feel it on the right side a little bit more. Nice, you guys. And if you did want to move a little bit in this, a rock side to side is very nice. And if your body doesn't want to move because you're nice and tight right now, just stay nice and still. Awesome, you guys. And then we're gently, slowly gonna start to move that front foot back. We're gonna move it all the way back to the middle of our mat, nice and slow. And then keep on going. Heel toe your foot all the way to the left and lay your shin down. Pigeon. So you can let your heels slide nice and close to that left hip if you'd like. But think about keeping everything square. So if you're tipping over to one side, think about coming to center. Let's bring our fingertips just to either side of us, to the ground. Take an inhale, lift your chest. And as you exhale, let your upper body fall forwards. And you can stay down if you'd like, but I'm giving you guys the option to move today. So maybe your nose can gently touch the ground, maybe not. But use an inhale to slowly lift the upper body back up, letting your hips be even heavier than they were. And an exhale to gently let the chest come down. Maybe the nose is coming all the way to the floor. And then an inhale to bring the chest back up. Awesome, you guys. Just one more exhale to lower. And if you were down the whole time, it's all use an inhale to lift back up. Awesome, you guys. Bring your hands to the ground so that you can actually plant them. Lift on up, sliding that right knee back in so that you're on your hands and your knees. You might even want to sit on your heels for a moment, but we are going to be switching sides whenever you're ready to do so. So the left foot can come forward, starting with the lunge. Remember your options. You can have your hands down, chest low. You can have the chest lifted. And if you want to move a little bit, you can just send the hips back and then send them forwards. Just kind of move at your own pace, but each time you come forwards, you should find that right hip flexor. Let's all just keep our shoulders soft. And breathe into those hips. This side might feel a little different than the other side. Awesome, you guys. Coming forwards. Take a breath here. And then you can let the chest fall down, the hands find the floor as well if the arms already there. And then let's heel toe our foot to the left side for our lizard. Just heel toe it over. Hands to the ground, to the inside of that foot. And then maybe rocking a little side to side, only if it feels good for you. Nicely done, you guys. When you're ready, we're just going to start to heel toe, very slow, our foot to the middle, and then all the way over to the right, laying down the shin, sinking into those hips, into your pigeon. Fingertips to the ground. Take an inhale, lift the chest. And as you exhale, melt it down. And remember, you can just stay down if you'd like. Or you can move with me. An inhale is going to lift you up. Remember to let the hips be heavy. And an exhale to lower down. And one more breath in to lift up. And one more exhale to lower down. Nice job, you guys. Using an inhale, everybody, to lift all the way back up. We're just going to plant our hands so that we can send that left leg back and end up on our hands and knees. You might want to rock your hips side to side a little. And then let's start to bring our knees out nice and wide. Bring your knees out wide. Start to sit back towards your heels. Your big toes can stay together for now. But take your palms, pushing them into your mat. So we're trying to send the hips back towards the heels. We're not trying to relax in child's pose just yet. We're just trying to get into our hips. And if you kind of want to rock side to side a little bit, that does feel good. And if you want even more, you guys, bring your big toes away from one another, still sending the hips back towards the heels. Maybe a little rock side to side. And maybe the feet are coming even wider. And sending those hips back. Awesome job, you guys. Let's use an inhale. Just let the hips lift up if your knees were out really wide. Bringing them all the way in and crossing your ankles to have a seat. We're going to end off with one last butterfly because our hips haven't quite had enough. So bring the soles of your feet together. Your knees out nice and wide. Take an inhale, lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, maybe rocking your way back and forth as you fold. Maybe just tipping straight down. But just notice how the hips feel now versus our first butterfly. Awesome work, you guys. And use an inhale to lift yourself back up. Feel free to cross your legs or move your legs in any way. But that is it. That is all short and sweet. I hope that you enjoy the practice and that you enjoy the rest of your day. And until next time, namaste.